Hello, the Infinite Man is back again at your service. I've noticed that in the previous segments, I used three words way too often. That was the words love, peace, and joy. At the ending of any point that I made, I said that the result or the consequence will be a very loving, joyful, and peaceful life. Well, if I kept using these three simple words very often, number one, there is a possibility, a high possibility, that my vocabulary in this beautiful language of English is limited. Or number two, the simplicity of these three words has a very profound meaning for me. And becoming them, it is essential to my happiness. I could actually use the word happiness often as well, but for some reason it wouldn't come out into my speeches or segments. Because when I use the word happiness, or other people use the word happiness, the visualization of that word is like happiness, like with a smile on your face, um, which is very adequate. But for me, I go deeper into that state of happiness, and for me, that is peace, which can only be accomplished and it can only become part of you if there is first total love in your state of being with every breath, and then it will result in peace, and the peace will produce joy consequently, and we can be in this infinitely and at all times. Love, the definition of love for me, as I said, it wasn't earthly love, like the love of the partner or friends or parents, but it was that essence that I told you or shared with you that is inside us, because we are a drop from that ocean. That essence, it's a loving power, freedom, and courage, and much, much more. And when we are in touch with that, we walk the walk of life differently, more calmly, more steady, more focused, and more powerful. And the word fear or the state of fear is completely absent in that state of being. So when we are in this state of love, we have no longer have any problems with anyone. We really don't have any friends or enemies. They're both good. Whatever happens to us, it's not bad or good, it's all good. And that will create a constant state of peace with a loving power. And that constant state of peace is going to let us have joy, enjoy what is. So that is basically the reason that I use these three words often. The state of peace, it's when I'm not in war, number one, foremost and first. I'm not in war or conflict with myself. I don't have any inner conflict. I'm at peace. Therefore, I'm at peace with everyone and everything else, with life altogether. And if I'm in that state, I'm experiencing joy. I deserve it. I'm entitled to it. And it becomes me. I'm joyful. For me, again, and therefore, consequently, for everything else and everyone else around me. So let's use some examples that it is hard to find peace or make peace with. And that is examples such as I was raped. Something was done to me, either mentally or physically, that it was forced on me. I did not welcome it. I was not ready for it, but nevertheless, it happened. Therefore, I cannot be in a state of peace. Another example. I lost a child. And that is a very undigestible, I think it's a made-up word for me, to digest. I cannot find myself in a state of peace. Therefore, from that point forward, I cannot have joy in my life. Now, how are we going to explain that? How we are going to make peace with such tragedies in life? Next segment. Thank you for watching. Namaste.